Have you ever wondered what it's like to simply vanish, to step out of your life one ordinary day and never be seen again? Throughout history, people have disappeared without a trace, leaving behind only questions, theories, and heartbroken families searching for answers. Today, we're diving into some of the most baffling disappearances that remain unsolved to this day. These aren't just mysteries, they're real people whose stories deserve to be told. So grab your headphones, get comfortable, and let's explore the cases that continue to haunt investigators decades later. Let's begin. Our first story takes us back to July 2nd, 1937. Picture this: a fearless pilot named Amelia Earhart is attempting something no woman has ever done before, flying around the entire world at the equator. She's already a legend, breaking records and inspiring millions. But on this day, everything would change. Amelia and her navigator, Fred Noonan, took off from Lae, New Guinea, heading toward Howland Island in the Pacific Ocean, a tiny dot of land barely visible on a map. It should have been a routine leg of their journey, but somewhere over the vast, endless ocean, their plane vanished. The last radio message received from Amelia was chilling in its simplicity. She reported they were running low on fuel and couldn't locate the island. Then, silence. Nothing but static. The U.S. Navy launched a massive search operation covering over 250,000 square miles of ocean. They found nothing. No plane, no bodies, no wreckage. It was as if the ocean had simply swallowed them whole. So what happened to Amelia Earhart? The theories are endless. Some believe she crashed into the Pacific and sank. Others think she landed on a remote island and survived for days, maybe weeks, before perishing. There's even a theory that she was captured by Japanese forces in the region, though no concrete evidence has ever been found. In 2018, a researcher claimed to have found evidence on Nikomoro Island, bone fragments, artifacts, and signs of a castaway. But like everything in this case, it remains unproven. The ocean keeps its secrets well. What we do know is this: Amelia Earhart became more than a pilot. She became a symbol of courage, adventure, and the eternal mystery of what lies beyond our reach. Now, let's travel to Christmas Eve 1945 in Fayetteville. A large family was settling in for the night, children tucked into bed, parents exhausted from the day's festivities. It should have been a peaceful night filled with holiday dreams. But around 1 a.m., fire erupted in their home. Their parents managed to escape with some of their children, but 5 others were still inside. Their father tried desperately to reach the upstairs bedrooms where they slept, but the flames were too intense. He ran to get his ladder. It was missing. He tried to use his trucks to climb up. Neither would start, even though they had worked perfectly the day before. The family watched in horror as their home burned to the ground. When firefighters finally arrived, they searched the ruins, and here's where this story becomes truly disturbing. They found no remains, no bones, no trace of the 5 children whatsoever. Experts say it's impossible for a typical house fire to completely incinerate human bones, especially the bones of children. There should have been something. The parents never believed their children died in that fire. Strange things had happened before the fire. A man had warned the father that his house would burn, the phone lines were cut, and witnesses later claimed to have seen children matching their descriptions in a passing car that night. Years later, the family received a photograph in the mail, a young man who looked remarkably like one of the missing boys, taken in what appeared to be another country. On the back was a cryptic message suggesting he might still be alive. The parents spent the rest of their lives searching, never discovering the truth. Were the children kidnapped? Were they victims of something more sinister? Or did they somehow perish in that fire despite all evidence to the contrary? We may never know. Let's jump forward to April 1st, 2006 in Columbus. Brian Shaffer was a 27-year-old medical student with a bright future ahead of him. Smart, well-liked, and engaged to be married. On this particular night, Brian went out with friends to celebrate the start of spring break. They ended up at a bar called Ugly Tuna Saloona, located on the 2nd floor of a building near OSU. Security cameras captured Brian entering the bar at 1:15 a.m. He was seen talking to 2 women near the bar at 1:59 a.m. And then, Brian Shaffer was never seen again. Here's what makes this case so bizarre. The bar had only one public entrance, and it was covered by security cameras. Police reviewed every second of footage. They saw Brian go in, but they never saw him come out. Investigators searched the building thoroughly, checking every corner, every room, and every possible exit. They interviewed everyone who was there that night. Brian's phone never pinged another cell tower. His bank accounts never were touched. His credit cards never were used. Brian Shaffer simply vanished from a monitored location with only one visible exit. It defies logic. Some believe he met with foul play inside the bar. Others think he somehow slipped past the cameras or chose an alternative exit. There's even speculation he chose to disappear, though those who knew him strongly reject that idea. Where did Brian Shaffer go? How did he leave that building? And most importantly, why? Our final case takes us to the cold, snowy roads of New Hampshire on February 9, 2004. Maura Murray was a 21-year-old nursing student at the University of Massachusetts. On this winter evening, she packed up her car, withdrew money from an ATM, and drove north, away from her life, away from everything familiar. Around 7:30 p.m., Maura's car crashed on a rural road. A local bus driver stopped to help. Maura appeared shaken but uninjured and asked him not to call police, saying she already had. Concerned for her safety, the driver contacted authorities anyway. When police arrived just minutes later, Maura was gone. Her car was locked, her belongings inside, but she had vanished into the dark wilderness. Search dogs tracked her scent briefly along the road, then the trail suddenly ended, as if she had gotten into a vehicle. Investigators later discovered she had been acting strangely in the days before her disappearance, emailing professors about a family emergency that never occurred, and researching directions to remote locations. Was Maura planning to start a new life? Was she running from personal struggles? Or did something